Hi everybody, hello, another new week full of possibilities. I've been rummaging in my Remnants drawer and come out with some Timmy Remnants. And the other thing I'm going to be using, I'm making pockets. I'm going to be making pockets like these ones to go in our journal, just out of Remnants that we've got. These two doodahs here are from Witchcraft You Do, and I know a lot of you bought those when I was using quite a bit of their stuff, so now's the time to get them out because they've been languishing. And these flowers are from Sweet Pea Curiosities. Oh my goodness, I have to show you the flowers. I know it's going to take a little while, but I have to, just so you can see the sheer beauty of them. Well, there's that, which obviously I've been nipping away at in the sepias. Then, oh, you don't need me to say anything, do you? I printed these 2 to a page, so when you get them, they'll be double this size, which is huge, huge. Oh, they are so lovely. They match with the Sweet Pea Curiosities Fussy Cut Mixed Media Birds. Oh, black page. I've never seen anything quite like them. I think they're marvellous. They're a bit of a fad to fussy cut, if I'm honest with you. But, you know, if you cut them as you need them, not too bad at all. Look at those yellow ones. And that's just rusty hinge, isn't it? It's just gorgeous. Some of them have got a bit of a background on, which I really like. Some are just the flower head. I've printed these on photo matte paper, and really you get a much superior finish when you use photo matte paper. Definitely you do. So for these, I think it warranted it. I mean, look at that one. It's gorgeous, gorgeous. The colours in here are so lovely. And reds. They would come in even at Christmas. I mean, they're gorgeous. Or Valentine's Day. Or on your pockets, which I'm going to do as well. I mean, they're just so bright and luscious. Lovely salmon pink. Lovely blues. I mean, as I say, I've printed 2 to a page, so you can see how many pages you get. Page after page after page. Look at the detail on that one. So it's really excellent value for money. I mean, it really is. It's going to take me, on here we're down to the birds again, which I know I have shown you. So that's the flowers and the birds from Sweet Pea Curiosities. Beautiful. Now then, the next thing I wanted to show you is this edge. And truth be told, I was watching Crafty by Tony. She's just so clever. She just exudes creativity. And she had some dies that she'd bought from Craftelier that were edges, like these, like notebooks. I mean, she had 6 or 8 of them. She had loads of them. And I thought, I know me in dies. You know, a die this length, I'm going to have to get one of my bigger machines out and I won't be bothered. So I looked for a punch, a paper edge punch, and I found this one. And it's EK Success, I think they're called. And I found it on Amazon, and it just works really well. You just pop it in and you keep moving it. And you get a really nice paper edge. Let's come down the other way. So all you do is you punch it. Oh, I missed one there. So you go back in and you line up the holes you've already cut with the markings on the base. Punch that again. So there you go. That's filled that little hole in that we had. And you just keep going until all your edge is done. And I find that, you might not, you might be different, I find that a much easier, much more manageable for me way of going about things. So let's talk about the pockets. Well, let me just cut that off first. Largely what I've got left now in the Remnants drawer are strips. I've got strips of everything. So I had to think of a way of making a pocket that used the strips. So I've just basically piled out some things. My pockets are 5 inches, whoa, that's 5 dead on. 5 inches across, so wide should I say. That's a bit more, that's 5.5, so that's okay. And this one is 6, so right, we're okay. We can use these. Although actually I do quite like that one because it goes nicely with that. So yeah, let's use those. Pop those just over there because I'll be needing them soon. I'm just going to show you how to make one of these. I mean, you know, they're fairly straightforward. So I've just got a piece of backing paper. It's just thin paper. It's actually also in the remnant drawer. I'd obviously cut into it for something else. So that's 5 inches by, what does this measure? And then you get a smooth back that you can slide your things, your journaling cards or whatever it is, straight in and straight out without catching on anything. 3.5 that is. So let's cut this at 3.5. There we go. And let's make a start. Right, so I think this, are they the same width? No, this is slightly wider. Let's cut this down to 5 inches width. I'm trying to not make a masterboard because I always end up making masterboards when I'm left with remnants, so I'm trying not to. I'm going to leave this as the straight edge on the top, and then I'm going to tear this kind of in half, kind of. Okay, so that's going to be my top edge. Does that measure 5 inches? No, it blinking doesn't. Huh, wrong. Does that measure 5? No, I've cut it off wrong. I'm going to have to find some more paper. Oh, that's a pain, isn't it? Let's, for the purposes of this, just let's use this bit of craft. It's handy, so we'll just use it. So I want that to be 5 inches. Don't know what went wrong there, but something obviously did. By 3. 5 by 3. There we go. Right, I think it should have been 3.5, but it really honestly does not matter. So that's going to get inked and stuck there. Then I'm going to take a piece of this possibly. Yeah, I'll tear that in half as well, and then I might get another pocket out of them because they're really, yeah, that turquoise on the other side, very nice. So there we are. So I'm just going to pop that up under there. They all need inking, of course, as I said. So that's going to go up under there, but kind of straighter than that. Try that for size. Yeah, lovely. That's great. Then I'm going to put a piece of my edged paper. Now I need to ink that, and while I'm inking it I might as well ink everything else. So let's cut that up. I know that that's not the right way. It doesn't really matter. I'm okay with it. I can live with it. And this is the worn wallpaper scraps, I think. So let's just tear this bottom edge off. It's just something different, isn't it? Definitely getting through my scraps, although I wouldn't say I was in any way at the end of them. Okay, so let's ink everything up. I want that to be maybe not the whole way across, so about there. Let's just tear that. Let's tear this end as well because it looks a bit cut, if you know what I mean. So let's get those inked up. Bring out the inking board. Don't need to ink that at all, but I do need to. That's the top piece there. Where's my, yeah, it should come as no surprise to you, I'm using Distress Oxide in Scorched Timber, of course I am. And just scroll over there. And I need to do this bottom raggedy edge as well, because that's the bit we'll see. So take your time. If you've got white bits on your edge like I have, take your time to ink them properly, otherwise they stand out and they look awful. So that's that one. Blue one, wasn't it, we were doing next. I don't need to do the top edge because it's going underneath. And it doesn't matter if you get bits crinkling up like that, I quite like it. There we go, and we've got to ink this. And once again, I don't care if this all crinkles up. I'm going to crinkle it anyway when we're finished, so I really don't care about it. And then this bit, and it's just the bottom three, not the straight edge, the other edges. As you see so far, I haven't really added any metal bits, you know, brads, etc. And a lot of that is I don't really want to be adding any additional bulk to this journal. I never thought I'd get to this point, but the journal is getting kind of bulky. So, right, we need to start at the bottom. Build this up from there. So this edge here is our shortest piece, so that needs to be just on the bottom of the craft there. So great, let's stick it on. So I'm just, it's got a very strange texture, can you hear it? I'm just not going to put any glue on the very bottom part there, because it's just going to be hanging over anyway. And so get that on there and get that lowest bit. Well, even the collar hole doesn't want to slide. The lowest bit down to there. Just make sure you've got it something like straight. You can straighten it up on your mat if you want to. I think that's about right. It's okay. So there we go. There is still a teeny tiny bit of that craft sticking out, so I'm actually just going to cut it off. Like that. It's just half a nothing. Then the next thing is this. I'm going to put it over to that side, I think. So these are super simple, but we do need pockets in the journal, and we have got strippy scraps to use up, so it's a good thing to be doing. So that just goes onto there like that, and we'll fluff it up a little bit more. Then that comes down over the top of this one, so I could probably do with moving that down a touch. Moving it down a fair way, actually. Not down the fairway, not playing golf. Yeah, that's okay there. Oh, now I've got that song straight down the middle on my mind. Was it Bing Crosby or something like 300 years ago? But probably within my life, because I am 300 years old. Well, some days I feel it. Got to go to the hospital tomorrow about my liver. They're always wanting to prod and poke my liver. I did have a liver biopsy. That was horrible. It was quite painful. But, you know, it gets over, doesn't it? Right, so that's not going to give us that height, all of the height that we want. That's a bit of a pest. Is the bit that we've got left any wider? Yes, it is. So that will do. Let's ink this piece up and keep the other bit for another one. Come on, glue. Don't. Just don't. This is getting more like a banana board every day. Ooh, bananas. I love bananas, but when you're diabetic, they're not great because they're very sugary. I've got one of those Libra links, they're called. They're in your arm, they go in your arm, and they give a reading out on your mobile phone what your blood sugar is. And if you eat a banana, it just skyrockets, so not a good thing to be doing. Right, so there we are, that should work there. Okay. Yeah, perfect. So let's glue that on. So I'm sorry if I'm insulting you by showing you something that is really so simple. But I do need these for my journal, I do. So let's just line that up on the top there. Yeah, that's fine. Sure it's properly lined up. Yeah. That's lovely. That's really lovely. And this we can just go in and crinkle a little bit, just so it doesn't look like we've just punched it out. There we are, that looks a bit better. Right, so I'll stitch around there, but I'm just going to ink that top bit because just the back of that craft paper is, the top edge of it is showing, and I don't want that. No need for it. One little bit of ink will do. Okay, so there's our pocket, and then I've looked out a flower from obviously the flower kit, which is this beautiful blue one. And I also looked that out from Which Craft Do You Do, but to be honest with you, I don't know. Which do I like better? That or that? Let's ink this up and see what I think of it then. Because it's very bright white, isn't it? Let's just see what we think. Well, I do like that, and I think it looks a bit more complete. So let's stick it on. Happy to stick it on. Commit to the stick. I've been watching loads of Louisa Heinzel, like a complete back catalogue. That girl is so talented. But she speaks in English. I mean, she does German ones. She's Austrian, I believe. And then she does ones in English. Can you imagine having to do this, but in a tongue other than your native tongue? It's just, whew, mind-blowing. Right, that goes there. Oh, have I inked it? Not sure that I have. It's possible that I did. It looks like I did, actually, to be fair. But, you know, an additional bit of ink won't cause any problems. And I'm also going to stick one of Timmy's, what are they called, small talks, something like that, small talk, chit chat, I don't know, something along those lines. There we go. Oh, that looks so nice. Yeah, this book here, what are they called? Small talk. I seem to have loads of these, dozens, so literally every single one is a blinking remnant, because I've probably got 10 of these. I think Mr. F must have bought them in a bulk or something, I don't know. What shall we have? Leave a little sparkle wherever you go. You could use them all, couldn't you? I'm looking for one that isn't so long because I just want it to go in there. How about everything has beauty? Everything has beauty, which is largely true. So let's stick this on. They're so old, these, that they do need additional assistance in the sticking department. So I'm just going to put that over there. But I've got a line to go by, so I'm going to use the line on the paper. There we are. So that's kind of that. I'm going to stitch around it. I'll do that right now, and then you can see it when it's finished, and we'll put it in the journal so you get the whole drift. Okie dokie, there's that one done. Just stitch around the outside, and actually on this one I just stitched the triple stitch, the elastic straight elastic straight stitch for when you're sewing jerseys and jersey fabric, I mean, t-shirts, that sort of thing. So I just put a line along there, under there, and I quite like it. I feel like it's balanced it up a bit more. So much so that I think I need to put a line on these ones as well somewhere. But yeah, you can see this one isn't quite as deep. It doesn't matter. Don't panic. Do not panic. Right, so let's see where we're going to put these pockets. Well, there's a prime candidate place, isn't it? What about that there? That looks pretty nice, doesn't it? I like that there. Let's have a look in this first signature and see if there's anywhere else. I don't think, no, it won't fit on there. That's already got one. Yeah, we could put it there. We could, yes. Or there. That's got something on it. That's got something on it. And then that's the back. No, I'm liking this. I like that. It's really nice. So that is where that is going to get stuck. And just so you can see the other ones, there's this one, the green one. Also nice. And this one, the sort of citric green, which I also like. So that, guys, that's our pockets. So make 5 of those if you're following along, and put them in, one in each signature. Then the other thing we've got to do then, obviously, we've got a pocket there, we need a tag. So tomorrow, well, maybe not tomorrow because I've got to go to the hospital. Although You never know. But possibly Wednesday we'll be making the tags to go in here. Possibly stencil the back of that. I think it would look nice because you'd be able to see it when you first open the journal. So yeah, that's it. That's all I have for you today, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoy making your pockets. And I'll see you really soon. Take care, everybody. Thanks very much. Bye.